I've always wanted to do one of these ranting behind the steering wheel videos. If it weren't for you young people and you other people that don't know how to vote, everything would be okay. It's a social media thing, if you don't know. And if you're one of the people that in the last year was talking to me on social media, I know I got instant messages from a lot of people. And, you know, I became friends with a lot of those people. And what eventually happened to me there was one day I was locked out of my account and Facebook wanted my identification and all these things to let me back into that account. And I just said, well, you know, how about if I just stop using your service, you know? And that's what happened to me. It's I've been kind of doing it ever since. I just got used to just living my life again, and that's why I've just kind of gone away. All of this has been very overwhelming, you know, and I found once I got well that it was just not hard at all to not go back. That's something that I've told people a lot during this early on was, you know, get yourself well and then get away from all this madness, you know. And I didn't have to tell anybody that. I think it's really easy to just walk away. I'm still very involved in SSKI and potassium iodide, and I've not necessarily just with Morgellons, but it's useful for so many things. I mean, how good my hair looks, my skin. I'm actually just like some different guy than I even was in any other videos. You can see my thyroid's nice and small like it should be. It used to be literally visible through my neck. I mean, I'm just enjoying life. My wife and I spent a lot of time traveling this summer. We got to spend a little time in the Rockies. A couple times, actually. We've got some very good friends up there that we go to visit. And then we went up to South Dakota to watch some friends get married, and that was very good. And the reason that we're sitting in this pickup is this is where I've been for the last 6 weeks. What I found, you know, I wanted to just like pick up and go and just start a new life, but what I found is that I wasn't strong enough. The reason we're in this truck is I've been out here working on it just as physical therapy. If you're one of the like 3 guys that was enjoying those truck videos, I kind of documented everything I've done here, and I will get something together for you so you can kind of, you know, keep up. I've had people that I know say, hey, you can't just not do that because we're vested in that truck. We want to know what happens. And I get that. Regarding what I've been doing, though, you know, I've been to a doctor more times in the last year than I have in the last 20. And the reason for that was when I had this Morgellons condition, there was no reason to go to a doctor. He couldn't help me. But since then, and getting well, what I've found is that I'm suddenly 55 years old, and I had no idea what that meant. I was last visiting the doctor and getting well, and I said, well, look, man, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and get back to doing my yard work and get back in shape. And he's just kind of sitting there looking at me and smiling, and he said, I think you ought to just take it easy. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to go burn off this 30 pounds, and you know. And what I learned was that my body didn't work anymore. It wasn't related to the condition. It was because I hadn't done anything in so long. You know, I spent the entirety of my 40s basically living as a man that was dying, an old man dying, and a strange experience. At the end of it, when I got up, you know, when I got back on my feet, my muscles didn't work anymore, my tendons didn't work anymore, my joints didn't work anymore, my feet didn't work anymore. My feet actually started working again about 90 days ago. Crazy as that sounds. So I've kind of been in physical therapy, and the point of coming out with this truck in August, of all things, was I had to push myself. I couldn't push myself very hard, especially not in that heat, because like a typical 55-year-old guy, I've got some high blood pressure issues and high cholesterol, and Anyway, I needed something to motivate me to come out and get involved and do, and that's what I did every day for about 6 weeks. And it was really good for me. My muscles are all loosened up, and I'm just going to keep on trucking. The point of this video, though, is people contact me, and I mean, I don't roll out the red carpet for people to do it, but anyone that has ever contacted me will tell you that I always come back. You know, I don't ignore people. And I'm noticing in the Morgellons thing that people are coming in waves. You know, I would have told you a year ago, or I think I even did, you know, that Morgellons is basically over. But what's happening is that people are coming across my old information. And I say it's old, it's all, you know, roughly 2 years old. And they have questions and things. And I realize that, you know, a lot of that information is very scattered and maybe hard to comprehend or to decipher, because I was very sick when I made all of those videos. Even at the end, when I thought I was doing really well, I was very, very ill still. Not necessarily from that condition, but just from the fact that I had been basically an invalid for like 3 or 4 years. And I mean, I'm not ready to go run around the block, although I could do it, and I wouldn't drop dead. But I'm just miles beyond anything that I was a year ago, 6 months ago, even 90 days ago. I was so far in the hole that, you know, I had a long way to go to get out, and I'm still working it, but I'm getting there. So I don't know. I want to make some more video talking about that subject. But this particular video, I don't want it to turn into a long rambler. I just wanted to say hello to everybody, let you know that I'm great, getting stronger, you know, for a normal 55-year-old guy that's been off his feet for 3 years. And kind of give you a heads up to keep an eye out for more video. I want to talk some more very specifically about, you know, where I've been in hindsight, now that my head's a lot clearer. I've actually spoken to doctors and various professionals that have contacted me about this experience, and not so that they can treat other people, but so that they can treat themselves. And I mean, I'm pretty confident with my information at this point, and I just want to do some better information to just make very clear where I'm at on all of this. And so that's where we're at here. I'm going to get out of this pickup. It's a little warm out here. I'm pretty much done with it for now, and I'm planning to let the weather cool off just a few more degrees so that I can go get my yard back into shape. I used to keep my place looking like a park, and, you know, dying old man in my 40s, I basically had to watch everything fall down around me, and I want to make some corrections for that. Just in time for them to finish dozing the woods behind here. You know, there's like 40 acres of woods behind me, and they've been dozing it all. They're putting in an automotive wrecking yard, so I don't know what that holds for my future, but I'm going to clean up my yard anyway. Just, you know, I don't know that I'm going to be able to stay with that. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I will see you soon. I just wanted to say hey and let you know that everything's good, and, you know, I just feel like I've got some more to tell you about this Morgellons thing in hindsight. I'll see you soon.